Right. So, in the last session, we have discussed about uh, models relating to artificial intelligence and machine learning when we are working from the development perspective. Because being working as artificial intelligence, AI, ML, machine learning development side, engineering role, it's always important for us to create code relating to the application what we are going to develop. In this regard, it's always important to using different artificial intelligence and MI tools, machine learning tools and frameworks as well as libraries and all. So one of it is called TensorFlow. So this TensorFlow is something which we had to be installed with, but make sure when you want to install this TensorFlow, like we required different uh, applications are required, like because PyTorch, right? So Python at the same time Ubuntu or at the same time Windows, right? So these are the operating system, or at the same time Python or PyTorch can also be used to install TensorFlow 2, especially because if you want to develop any uh, machine learning application as far as the development role is concerned. In this regard, so there is a sample code which I have taken, which I am going to explain you once the installation process, because yesterday I have shown you how to do the installation process of TensorFlow. In the last session, I have shown you, right? So how to install that TensorFlow and what are the different packages we required, all that. So in continuation to the yesterday session, as I have explained you, today I'm going to show you, because of course I have taken Visual Studio Code is what something which I have taken as a code, as a JSON file is what something which I have taken for TS configuration. So in context to the TS configuration, whatever the node modules like Node.js, Node.js and all, everything are being used. So Node.js and all, whenever we have taken these into an account, when we are working on the uh, mm, when we are working on the developmental part, it's always important for us to enable and add some extensions as a Java package, because when you want to write any code, especially, right, there are different IDEs we can use, something like IntelliJ, MyEclipse, at the same time Visual Studio Code, right? So these are the different IDEs which are essentially required. So, so to do that, to enable it and to write the code, like it can be JavaScript files, right? Whether it can be Node.js or Angular.js, right? So all that, it's important for us to add some extensions of Java. That is where generally extensions for Java is what something which I have taken. So here you can see there is an extension pack of Java which I have taken and I have added to the existing Visual Studio IDE. So whenever we have added, normally we have, these are the different packages we have added here. So one is about Java for by Red Hat, because Linux operating system now and then for some projects we are using, right? So operating system for Linux we are using. At the same time, sometimes even we are using Windows like operating system or Ubuntu, all that. So but Red Hat Linux is what something which can support whatever the Java package which I have installed, because there are 7 extensions of packages I have used here. So one is about the Java. This is for Red Hat Linux, which I have taken it. At the same time, one more extension package for debugger for Java is being used. Next, for testing of the code, whatever the code is written by us and whatever the code you need to be debug it using different tools like JUnit, all that stuff, right? Test runner for Java is what something I have taken. Next, Maven for building the projects, because if you want to build these projects and all, especially using AI and ML, so managing Maven projects, so that Maven is also I have taken as a package here. Next, Gradle. Gradle can be used either Maven or Gradle. Any one can be used. That is upon the requirement of the project when we are developing. If you want to develop a project in using AML, either it can be Maven or Gradle, right? So any one can be taken into consideration. Next, this is about the project management part. Followed by this, this is a code for IntelliCode I have taken. This is majorly used for the AI assistance. Means if you want to, because ourselves we are developing now an artificial intelligence AI ML based application, a sample application we are developing. In regard to that, AI assisted development is what something which we have to be taken into consideration. So whenever we have taken Java, these are all majorly useful for, because this can be done if you want to use Java language support and all. This can be used for code navigations at the same time. This can be used even for refactoring, or if you want to do any auto completions, everything can be done here. Next, when it comes to the debugger part, as I've taken one more extension, which is used to debug the code, whatever was written so far by the ML developers, all that. Next, if you want to run the Java code, it's always important for us to run the application using JUnit, and different testing tools can be used. And even Maven as well as Gradle, as you know, these are all will be used to create project codes or something where you need to create any kind of tasks or project dependencies, everything can be created. Next, project management for Java means being into project management side. When we are working on, it's always important to have some idea over the different what are the different libraries are we using and frameworks, like as in mentioned in the beginning of the session, like TensorFlow, PyTorch, right? So different libraries and frameworks we are using. Apart from that, what are the different resource files we have taken or packages we have taken? Next, last but not least, Visual Studio IntelliCode we have taken. This is for artificial intelligence related development you want to be performed, wherein if you want to do it, so these are the required. So these are the different packages which I have taken here. So these are the different packages we have taken. So and this installation is done so far. You can see, right? So extension pack of Java I have taken to develop the code, etc., to execute, etc. So the status is in runtime status in activation stage. It is already activated. So if you want to change any kind of logs or something of that sort, these change logs can be seen here. Different change logs, right? So when we have them, right? So whatever the change logs, everything can be seen here. And these are the details of these 7 extension packs is what we have taken. Whenever you want to perform this extension for tsconfig file extension of JSON file extension, if you want to do, whenever we are working on the TensorFlow platform, right? So when you want to create any kind of the TensorFlows and all everything, this is what something which normally we do. This is always important for us to develop any machine learning application, AI machine learning application, if you want to do. From the application development front, I'm explaining this because when I could see some people who are relating to even development side, because I can see some people are relating to the development side. I could see people who wants to become machine learning developers, all that. So for them, generally, this is something useful. But I could see some people who are known about Java part, and some people may not be having that idea. That's a different thing altogether. But end of the day, while I'm teaching you about AI and ML development, learning about the basics of Java and all everything will also be useful to you. And these are all something required. So this is all about the session today. And tomorrow I'm going to discuss about how this can be executed and how we have to develop the code using machine learning, right? So artificial AI and ML machine learning, how this project can be built upon, right? So I'll take some sample project and I will explain you how this can be developed. This is all something we'll be doing from tomorrow onwards, one by one. Okay, so how to understand, right? So how we need to write the code, right? So compile it, debug it, testing it, using as in when I mentioned you, right? So even TensorFlow also we have downloaded, you know that, because you can download TensorFlow using provided whatever the required packages are needed, so that you can download this package so that we can do it. That is what something which we have already done yesterday. And from this onwards, from here onwards, will be continued tomorrow. Okay, right. See you. Bye.